Hello guys, and welcome to another video. And recently, Nintendo showed off more information about the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, which includes the Nintendo 64 games, and to be completely honest, it's not worth the price. Like, $50 for Nintendo Switch Online than Nintendo 64 games. Yeah, it does include Sega Genesis games and the Animal Crossing New Horizons DLC, but there are a lot of people who just want the expansion pack that play Nintendo 64 games. And this video is for you, because in this video I'm going to show you 3 ways to play Nintendo 64 games without buying the expansion pack. So let's go ahead and get started. So, the first method of playing Nintendo 64 games without the Nintendo Switch expansion pack is Project 64, which is a Nintendo 64 emulator for the PC. So basically what you have to do is download it on the website, which I'll provide a link in the description, or you could search it up, and basically download it, go through the setup process. I won't go through the setup process in the video because it's fairly straightforward, and then basically you'll have it on the computer, boot it up, and then you can download some ROMs for it. I am not going to provide a way to show how to provide the ROMs for this. It's just, like, I don't think that's right. I mean, emulators are completely okay, and playing ROMs on them are too, but I just don't think it's right for me to show where and how to get these ROMs. But basically there are a bunch of other resources and tutorials you can use to show how you can get them, but basically I'm going to show Paper Mario running on here. So yeah, basically Paper Mario is actually one of the ones that's going to be in the expansion pack, and if you really want to play the original Paper Mario, you can just go ahead and do it through here, which is pretty easy. It just boots up just like that after you download it and load it up on here. And you can play the whole game normally and everything, so that's why Project 64 is so good. You can actually play every Nintendo 64 game on here. So next, let's move on to another method. So another method of playing Nintendo 64 games without the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack is the Wii U. So basically, the Wii U has the Virtual Console, which allows you to play older games. So basically, what you want to do is go to the Nintendo eShop. It should take a few seconds to load here. And I'd just like to mention real quick that the Wii U has a much better eShop than the Switch. Like, there's so much more personality here. So here we are on the eShop. So basically what you want to do is scroll down to where it shows the different older consoles, and this just goes to show that the Wii U is way better at legacy content than the Switch. So basically go onto the Nintendo 64, and there we are. There's a lot of games to download here. Like, they're $9.99, which really isn't expensive, and you get to keep these games forever, not just continue to pay for a subscription service. So we have all the classics here, like Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Mario 64, Paper Mario, Mario Party, Mario Kart, even Donkey Kong 64, Star Fox 64, Kirby 64, Pokemon Snap, and that just keeps going on. There's a lot of things. Even Sin and Punishment, which is going to come to the expansion pack, which was originally a Japanese exclusive, is coming too, or it's on here too. It's really nice. Like, there's a lot of options. I mean, it is kind of limited, like, but there really are most of the classics here. Most of the ones that are definitely worth playing are on the Wii U eShop. There probably will be more on the expansion pack than these 21 games, because I know Banjo-Kazooie is coming to that. But still, you get to keep these games, and you get to play them on a console, which is really good. And most of these are the ones that are worth playing. Most of the really good Nintendo 64 games. So basically, after that, you could just go back to the menu, and then it will basically load to the home menu on here. Basically, I have Paper Mario in a folder, and you just boot it up after it downloads. So there we go, we have Paper Mario again. Because this is the primary way I've been playing this game. Okay. So there we go, it loads up here. And yeah, you could just play through the game on here, and it also has, like, really easy to access save states and different things like that. So yeah, that's another method of playing Nintendo 64 games. So, the third and final method of playing Nintendo 64 games without the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack is through actually playing the physical copies on an actual console. So basically what you have to do is actually purchase one, which I'll get into in a minute, and purchase the games too, and basically boot it up on any TV supporting AV, and put it in and turn it on. Sorry, I don't have Paper Mario for this one, but Banjo-Kazooie is still amazing. And it is coming to the expansion pack, so there's another way to play it. So there you go. So basically, if you want to buy a Nintendo 64 or Nintendo 64 game, and like an actual physical copy, you have to use like an online website like eBay, or use like a local store, retro game store to buy it. But if you want to buy it online, I recommend using eBay. So basically, if you want to buy the console itself, search up Nintendo 64, buy it now, and then when you do a tag, do it around $100, like anything around $90 to $100. And you see here most of the prices for working, good condition Nintendo 64s are around $100, which is actually pretty good, because a lot of other consoles, even the 3DS, are selling for much higher than that price. And a lot of them come with the cables, a controller, and some even come with a game, which is really nice. Oh, there's an actual Nintendo 64 Switch controller. That's kind of funny, but anything around $90, $100, $110 is pretty fair for a Nintendo 64. And then for games, let's look up Banjo-Kazooie. So, the problem with actual Nintendo 64 games is that they're either too expensive or there's a lot of fake copies of it. Banjo-Kazooie is a pretty reasonably priced game, but there are like a lot of fakes that are too good to be true. Like, I'd say for Banjo-Kazooie specifically, anything under $25 is pretty suspicious. Like this one's probably not real. So the best method of seeing if a Nintendo 64 game is legitimate or not, go to pricecharting.com, I'll link that in the description, and then search for the game that you're interested in getting. Then go to Nintendo 64, and then see the price that it's at now. So it's $29.98, about $30 is a fair price for Banjo-Kazooie. If you want to get it complete, $123, new $545. I definitely recommend getting loose, but if you don't really care about having a completed box for your collection. So basically, this one for $34 is definitely a fair price. That one's probably an actual copy of Banjo-Kazooie. So yeah, that's basically kind of how you get actual Nintendo 64 games. So anyways, those are a few ways of actually playing Nintendo 64 games without the expansion pack on the Nintendo Switch. So what is your preferred method of playing Nintendo 64 games? And I won't judge you if you actually do get the expansion pass. I mean, I'm gonna get it anyway, and I just, like, even though I'm still getting those games, I definitely disagree with it, and I do think it's a pretty scummy move to put Animal Crossing New Horizons DLC in it, to price it that much. I mean, I definitely recommend playing the other methods that I've mentioned in this video over that, but if you do want to play Nintendo 64 games portably, I won't, like, no one should judge you for that. I mean, it's your choice. That's how you spend your money. That's how you want to play Nintendo 64 games. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye!